another Menu Monday. Today I have 4 delicious meals for you. They were inexpensive, they were good, and they were easy. Doesn't get any better than that. Let's get cooking. For our chicken and veg, we're going to first add the first 6 ingredients on the list, which will be at the end of this clip and on my website, rvlifeintheusa.com, blog post Menu Monday 5/10/21. I used up the rest of my garlic, gotta get that on my grocery list. And finishing off the remainder of this bottle. I did have another one, but I knew what I had left was about 1/3 of a cup. I'm going to give that a good mix. And then we're going, after we washed our chicken, we're going to cut these in half. Now it called for 2 chicken breasts cut in half, so you'd end up with 4. But this pack that I pulled out the freezer happened to have 3. So we had leftovers for lunch the next day. Nothing wrong with that. Alright, I just put a little more salt on the chicken along with some pepper. Pour the sauce on top of the chicken. This sauce has fantastic flavor. And then you're going to cook this for 1.5 hours on low. And we're going to add our vegetables, which is the carrots, broccoli, and red pepper. Now you're going to add these to the slow cooker and then cook for another 1.5 hours. Now I tested my vegetables at the end and they were crunchy, which I liked. But if you like a more mushy vegetable, you may want to consider cooking this along with the chicken and doing the whole thing for 3 hours. The other option would be to check your vegetables and then cook them longer if needed. Because I took the chicken out here and I put it under the broiler for like 3 minutes just to brown it on top. And then I checked my vegetables. Like I said, they were crunchy, but they were good, and I like them like that. So it depends on what you like. And then I just served it up and drizzled some of that sauce on top, and it was delicious. Here are your ingredients, and I hope you try it. For our ribs today, here are all the ingredients. We got brown sugar, apple cider vinegar, barbecue sauce, chili powder, cayenne, oregano, salt, pepper, slow cooker, and about 3 pounds of ribs. We're going to put everything in the bowl other than the ribs, salt and pepper. So we're doing our brown sugar first. I had about 2 cups of barbecue sauce in this bottle. I wanted to measure it out, but then after I got the first one done, I knew that's all I had in there, so we would just get the remaining sauce out. I'll let that set upside down for a little while I put everything else in. Now for our cider vinegar. And this called for a tablespoon of cayenne pepper and a tablespoon of chili powder. Let me tell you, this was extremely spicy Big Daddy and I both have a big glass of water with it. Well, actually, we had cocktails. Next time I would not put that much cayenne in. I know I've used chili powder in that amount before, so I'm sure it's the cayenne. If you like things spicy, go ahead and go with the 1 tablespoon. Otherwise, I think next time I'll put like 1 or 2 teaspoons. It was a wonderful flavor, don't get me wrong. We ate everything. But, wow, cleaned out our sinuses. This was off of Tasty. One of those that you have to sort of stop and write down everything. I went back and double checked, but they definitely said a tablespoon. Anyway, we're going to get everything mixed up, and then we'll get our ribs out. And we'll give them a quick wash, and then we're going to break these in half. And I did spray the crock pot liner. I'm not sure that it's entirely necessary, but I did it anyway. Now you put one in, and then you cover that with half of the sauce. Then you put the other half of the ribs in and cover that with the remaining sauce. And then you cook that 8 hours on low. And I think I said minus the salt and pepper in that sauce, but the salt and pepper does go in the sauce. Alright, after the 8 hours, I just put some of that sauce on top to moisten the ribs before I cut them up. These were wonderful. They were tender, and some of them did fall off the bone, but not all of them. So I like to have them where they don't actually fall off. So 8 hours was good for this amount of baby backs. There's one that fell off. And then a little more sauce. This sauce was so good. Just have your drink ready. Okay, and then I served this with the leftover carrots and peppers and broccoli from yesterday's dinner. And I just heated it through on top of my rice, which I cooked underneath. Giving my rice a fluff. And then, of course, more of that sauce. This was awesome. There wasn't even any leftovers for Big Daddy to take to work. He had 2 plates, even though it was spicy. He likes spice more than I do. I hope you try this. We're definitely giving it 5 out of 5. Today, something totally new. I didn't even know this was a thing. We're making Taco Joes. Not Sloppy Joes, Taco Joes. So we're going to brown our hamburger and drain off the grease. Now we're going to start putting everything in the slow cooker or crock pot, whatever you call yours. We'll start with the hamburger. We're now adding refried beans. All the ingredients again at the end of this segment and on the website rvlifeintheusa.com. enchilada sauce. I use mild. You can use whatever you prefer. And then I got this sort of salsa mix from the deli, which I thought would give it a kick of flavor rather than a regular salsa. Now I'm adding the taco seasoning. And when I got that mixed up, it was dry because I didn't have the regular salsa. Fortunately, I had some in the fridge, so I added that as well. So it was really flavorful. I started with a little bit and I ended up using all of it. It was about half the jar, but once it all cooked, it had lots of liquid in it, so it was nice. Not too much, I mean just perfect. It wasn't this dry. And you put that on low for 4 hours, and then you're ready to serve. So there it is, all done. There was plenty left over for another week. I had some cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, sour cream, and I had options. I had the soft tacos, the hot dog buns, and tostadas. We did the hot dog buns because we thought it would be fun, and they were really good. I didn't know anything about Taco Joe's, but you guys have to give them a try. For our chicken Alfredo, we're first going to mix the sauce ingredients, which is the sun-dried tomatoes. It called for 1/4 cup. I used the whole package, but whatever you like. 1/2 cup Parmesan cheese, some Italian seasoning, the 2 jars of Alfredo sauce, and a dash of red pepper flakes. Alright, then you just give everything a good stir. It called for 2 chicken breasts. I had 3 small ones, so that's what I used. And put that in the crock pot, slow cooker, whatever you call it, and then pour the sauce over the chicken. Now the directions said to cook this on low for 6 hours. However, I know my crock pot, and you probably know yours too, mine chicken cooks in 3 hours. So I set it for 4 and I checked it after 3. It was done, and then you're going to cook your pasta. Now I had put the crock pot on top of my stove, so I got out my induction cooktop and I heated the water up in there. It's very fast. Actually, it has like a max sear setting. You're going to pull the chicken out of the crock pot and dice that up, then pour it back in. And this is while the water is boiling for your pasta. We're going to mix that together. And your spinach is going to take about 8 to 10 minutes to wilt, so just time that so it's ready with your pasta. It says 3 cups of spinach. I didn't measure, I just put in what I thought looked good, and then I added a little bit more, and that looked good to me. And then I just put the lid back on, and that was ready. And now the water is a rolling boil. We're going to go ahead and put the pasta in the pot. Put the lid back on. That'll return to a boil and it'll be ready in a minute. Now to dish up, I served that up. I added a little extra cheese on top and then toast, just did some toast on the side. There was plenty of it. We both had leftovers for the next day. It was really good. I hope you give it a try. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed this week's Menu Monday. I thank you for coming back and watching another video with me. And if you made it to the end this week, if you'll give me a flower emoji, I'll know that you did. Any flower, your choice. And I shall see y'all next Monday for another Menu Monday. Have a great week, guys. Love you. Bye-bye.